अब देखना live
Yeah,
record.
please start.
Sir, live बोलिए sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
very
go
good afternoon, everyone. MiDNA family and my friends, everybody, a very warm welcome. So yeah, we did have some glitch in the beginning, but yeah, I think that's a good sign. The rest of the session is going to be smooth. So yeah, my self-discovery again with MiDNA. I have already done one self-discovery in the during the lockdown time. I think in the month of May or June, I had done one, and this is whatever I have gathered. Like as I had said last time also, and I always keep saying with MiDNA, the journey has been. I have been discovering myself time and again every day. A new aspect of myself I discover, and all thanks to MiDNA, our chief mentor, Mr. A. Swami, who has been a constant support, who is a constant support. I really look up to him as as an elder brother, as my Guruji, with whom I know I can share everything, whatever wrong or whatever right which is happening in my life, or whatever I'm going through. I always try to first relate it with my GBP reports, that why whatever I am thinking, why am I thinking that way? Is there something really wrong in the situation, or is it me who's taking things in that way? And then I, of course, have to consult Mr. Swami, Guruji. Then he gives his inputs, and then, of course, it brings about a lot of clarity in mind, in thoughts, everything. So, and where, just a minute. When I joined MiDNA, yeah, my, just a minute. My journey with MiDNA began about 2.5 years back in the month of August 2018. And ever since I think I have a new journey of my life has begun. I'm in the best possible space of my mind. The way I have been conducting myself, the way I've been conducting everything with people around me, in my family, I think everything has been happening in the best possible way. Uh, so here I have shared a few pictures of the Nest event which I was a part of last year. Looking forward, I hope we are going to have some celebrations this year too. So it was a big event, and I was a part of that. So I've shared a few pictures here. So yeah, so the self-awareness that I got from my genetic brain profiling report later on, I mean, in the beginning, it was, of course, I became aware of my report, that how do I think, how do I perceive information, what are my strengths, what are my potentials, and then after a year, I would say during this lockdown mainly, I got much more insights about myself, about everything. I mean, things which have been bothering me, which had been bothering me since quite a few years, I would say, everything became very clear during this lockdown time. Again, thanks to Mr. Swami, his constant support, the constant sessions that we had, in-depth analysis of reports of various personality types, and yes, the brain yoga and the brain gyan sessions. I would come to that later. First, I would, for the newcomers, the people who are new in my family, I would just like to brush up on I would like to tell you about my report myself, that yeah, I joined MiDNA 2.5 years back. And ever since then, I am day and night MiDNA. Like everybody in my house also tells me I have a special MiDNA room. I have to be there in the morning. I have to start my day in that room with my brain gyan, brain yoga sessions. And generally, I end my day also at the end of the day, whatever has happened, whatever thinking I have to do, whatever planning I have to do, whatever thought process, all my spiritual activities, whatever reading also I have to do. I sit here. This is my MiDNA room. And I spend most of my time here. So yeah, my report, the UID, which is very much here. The prefrontal is C1, C2, and in my frontal and D3 with the C1X. My the other aspects also. So in short, I would just like to sum up that I am a convergent right brainer who's quite process oriented. So that is why I get into the minutest details whenever I'm planning something, I'm doing something. So that keeps me occupied till the last moment, which you have seen here today. And otherwise also my planning or anything, even in my personal front, professional front, if I have to do something, if I have to organize something, I get into the planning mode quite minutely. And in fact, I keep, and then because of the moderate processor, I'm not happy with whatever is prepared. I keep on thinking that, oh, I can improve it further. I can make more modifications. I should improve it further. Being people oriented, and I am quite people smart. I like to be with people. I am quite emotional also. I have quite a good number of friends. And otherwise also, like, even if I meet strangers, whenever I meet somebody, I don't take time to start a conversation. I would not wait for the other person to start a conversation. I remember an incident. Once my daughter accompanied me to my morning walk, and later on she said, my God, you say namaste, good morning, everything to so many people. You smile at so many people. I did not know what to do because she is not that open. She is not that people smart. So, and then she said, don't you get tired early in the morning? I said, no, that gives me energy. Early in the morning, if I smile at so many people, I think that, okay, my day is going to be very good. If in the beginning of the day, in the morning, if I have greeted, if I have smiled with around 20, 30 people, my day is going, my day is done. I mean, it's made, I think. So after that, even if I'm throughout the day at home, I am okay. My quota has been done. So, and then my music smartness, I am quite, yeah, I am music smart. So in the beginning, yeah, in my childhood, I wanted to learn music because everybody told me that I could pick up the rhythm very fast. At school also, the teachers used to ask me to be a part of, whenever there was a music thing happening somewhere, we need to be in the chorus or we were singing. So I was the one who was called, but then could not pursue it further, to could not take it seriously. But now what I see that it acts as a very good stress buster. Whenever I am stressed, whenever I think I am not getting an answer, I am quite anxious about a situation, I simply switch on the music, and it really has a very calming effect. It has a very calming effect, and I simply forget the world. I can forget the world around me if there's some good music that is playing. Arijit Singh being my favorite. If I listen to Arijit Singh or Jagjit Singh, I can simply forget the world around me. Cosmic smart good, this is a question which kept bothering me. I was trying many various aspects in the spiritual world. I was listening to various spiritual gurus, but then I was not actually from within, I couldn't feel drawn towards anything. Like I even joined Buddhism. Whenever I went there for any meeting or anything, I used to like. But then once I used to be home, I never found an inner urge to go to the meeting again. Nothing was pulling me towards them. And this was something which was bothering me because after an age, I wanted to be a part of such organizations where, you know, and spend time on with spiritual talks with gurus and all, but then I couldn't do it. And this was something, and then my report also told me that I was cosmic smart. So this again amazed me that, see, I have such good spiritual quotient, but still I'm not able to do it. But now, after joining MiDNA, this has happened. It's something which always I thought that I will not be able to do it, has happened. My spiritual journey has started. And again, thanks to MiDNA. I would discuss all this in detail later. So my report here, uh, the CQ and the SQ being good. So persistence, I am quite thoughtful. So this actually, the thoughtfulness being so high actually makes me take longer in coming to decisions. And at times I keep on postponing also things. The persistence is strong. So yeah, I don't give up things very easily, give up on people or give up on matters or whatever. If I have decided to pursue something, I will do it. Patience, little higher, again, is something which I think leads to my procrastination habit, or my being so much accuracy oriented also. I mean, process oriented, I would say, because I'm so very process oriented. Then that also makes me keep on postponing things. And the C1X that I have, it again makes me uh, a perfectionist. I try to be a perfectionist in everything. Whatever work I do, I see to it, or I always try at least for my end to be perfect. If a mediocrity doesn't actually appeal to me that much, so that is also something which again makes me keep on postponing my work. That yeah, let me get a better picture, let me get more information, let me get some more ideas, then I'll put it into practice. So this is certainly something I need to improve on. My strengths here in the disc, I am an influencer and with high steadiness, means a peacock personality and a dove personality, according to what we had learned from Sir in the last few sessions. That okay, a dove and a peacock personality both are again quite steady, quite calm, and peaceful birds. So that is my personality here. I like to influence people. I can influence people with my thoughts and ideas, and I'm quite steady. I do not change people. I do not change my friends. I do not change anything. Like, yeah, giving up on anything is not that easy for me. I really, I mean, things like you can say I am a hoarder. Like, I keep on collecting things. And even if I think that I may not be using it, but still I keep it again, thinking that no, may need it. And many times, if somebody else, my husband, he just likes to give away, he likes to throw away things. His policy in life is that if you have not used anything for 1 or 2 years, you just give it away. And this is something which I just can't do it. So these are in short, I have given you my report. I just wanted to discuss my strengths. That this report actually gave me self awareness. Now, self awareness helped me, and the learnings that I gathered from these reports, it helped me to counsel. Counsel in a better way, and it made my counseling very strong. I relate to the various aspects that were there in the reports, in others' reports, and hence improve on my counseling skills as well. But for me, to develop my own self realization, that happened a little later, after having done about 150 scans lately. Then or I can say, we were so much running after work or so many other things during the when things were normal, before the COVID time, before the lockdown period. We were so much running around with our own responsibilities, with our work, at home, at office, so many other aspects of things. So there we were not, I was actually not getting so much time. But during the lockdown, when life had actually come to a standstill, everything was very different. Nobody was going out. We all were at home. We all had a lot of time at our disposal. And of course, the sessions that were being conducted at MiDNA with Sir. In the morning also, we had some book reading sessions. Then every day we used to have a session in the afternoon at 3, discussing various aspects. And then came the brain gyan and the brain yoga sessions. So all this helped me, I would say, my self-realization. I knew my abilities, where I was aware of my abilities when I got the GBP done with my report itself, but the actual self-realization happened then. So who are we when we say, generally when we ask anybody, who are you? So we generally come up with our name or our profession or our age, but we are much more. We are more than our name, age, or profession we are involved in. So awareness is the key. awareness is the key which helps you to realize, to bring forward the aspects that we have been missing, which gives us the confidence to be unapologetically ourselves. Why is it that when we use the word confidence, why is it that some people have it and some do not? We all have it within us, but we haven't explored. Why? Because we are again concerned, we are stressed out too much with the fear, certain fears, fear about being rejected, fear about being judged, fear about some mishappening that might happen in the future. So these things actually keep us thinking too much, and we are not able to be ourselves. So a confidence, according to me, is when we can be ourselves, our true self. If we are our true self, and if at all times, if we can behave, work, or project our ideas the way we actually think without any kind of fear. This again I gathered after my uh, uh, after my journey with MiDNA began. And I would say again, after about a year, having done so many sessions, each counseling session taught me lot many things about the report as well as about myself. Because everything I used to relate, whatever was common, whatever was happening, I used to, whenever I was discussing a report with my client, right now also, whenever I do that, I ask their point of view also that, yeah, this is the report. You are a convergent thinker. So what actually goes into your mind? And I can associate, not only do I give information, I learn also, because I like to learn from everybody. The not only does the report teach me, but every client also, they have their various aspects, they have their various experiences. So they also, I also learn from their experiences. uh, just a minute. Yeah. So this helped me to work on myself, and yes, of course, the feeling of empowerment when we have what we want, when we have achieved what we want, we feel empowered. When the sense of satisfaction, the gratification. Self knowledge is the foundation of life, and GBP for me works 24 into 7. Throughout the day, I associate everything with GBP. Everything that I do, all the decisions I make, everything I relate it to my GBP. And this is again, now I would talk about my growth journey after self awareness and after self realization began my growth journey. As I said, during the lockdown time, I would simply say we all MiDNA family members, we had the privilege to get such meaningful sessions by Mr. Ratina Swami, where every day we used to discuss one aspect of the report. And since this report is so much in detail, and there are so many aspects being covered here related to our personality, various aspects, so it is so much in detail that we could cover every aspect was discussed in so much depth and with so much detailing that it brought so much clarity, and I could actually feel everything, every aspect, feel the change happening within me. Also, I developed an understanding how to bring about the change. So this was again the best utilization of lockdown time I had with MiDNA. The brain yoga and brain gyan helped me develop a calm and composed mind, have a positive outlook during 2020. My first experience with meditation, yes, as I said, I had always tried so many times to meditate. I had heard it from so many people. I had Online also I had tried, but then everybody used to tell me to concentrate on your breath. And this was something I was not able to do myself. During, like, I have always been a person who likes going to the gym or for yoga classes. I could never do it on my own at home. So whenever I used to go for the yoga classes, also there, whenever we were asked to do the breathing exercise, that was the most boring thing I used to feel. I could hardly do it for 1 minute or 2 minutes, and after that, I would be, doing something else again in my thoughts. And then once the asana started, it was good. I could do Surya Namaskar. I have a record of doing 105 Surya Namaskars at a stretch. But then these breathing exercises and all, I used to find it little boring. But then the brain yoga session, things which I thought I would not be able to do, or things I thought was not possible for me to do, happened. The serene uh, voice of the sir, of our sir, the way he conducts it with the background music, the calm atmosphere early in the morning at 5 o'clock. I mean, and the voice command, it helped me to concentrate. I could do it. This was something which was it had an amazing experience. It was an amazing feeling for me. I could concentrate and I could actually focus wherever I was asked to. The voice command was so good. It helped me a lot. And then this was my first hand experience of meditation. I could experience, okay, wow, this is what is meditation, and I'm doing it. Again, I would say GVP works for me 24 into 7. Well, as during the lockdown, not only did I work on myself, not only did I gain, as I said, we started with I gained first insights of the meditation class or the brain yoga, but many other aspects also. As I, whenever we all see, we suddenly the notion of emotional intelligence, not suddenly, I would say, it has been there. And but during the lockdown time, I had an opportunity to learn or focus on this aspect. This again, I would relate to my counseling sessions. Whenever I used to counsel my clients, and if ever I told them that uh, your EQ is not that good, or your child's EQ is low, they would not be concerned. The parents, I could say, they would just simply brush it aside. They would not even, they don't even want to listen. What is it? They would just be interested. The parents would only be interested in knowing, how is my child's IQ? So in today's world, when we are only concerned about intelligence quotient, all we bother, the parents, everything that they bother about is to know how well the child will do academically. But they don't know, where does the child stand emotionally, how much he needs to work on his emotional quotient. When it comes to their report also, the parents, if I told the parent that your emotional quotient is low, they would simply say, no. Even I came across answers like some of the mothers or the parents even said that, no, I do cry a lot when I am watching a movie. Or the parent would say, he enjoys a lot. I have seen him watching cartoon movies, and he laughs a lot. So generally people associate emotions with only sadness or happiness, but there are whole lot of other emotions that we are not aware of. So this again made me to think on these lines. I wanted to learn about emotions. I wanted to learn about emotional intelligence. And I have studied psychology at college, so I do know a lot about emotions. But again, this aspect, the emotional intelligence aspect, I ventured into during the lockdown time. So, emotional intelligence is a dimension of intelligence responsible for our ability to be aware of our own emotions and then use that awareness to understand and manage our relationships with others. 80% of our day to day life and work is controlled by our EQ. But generally, people do not agree. We all think that it's our IQ which is most important. It's our IQ which actually is the most important aspect, and which actually controls or which helps us to do well in our life or to progress. But it's actually EQ. So we must help kids to identify and validate their emotion. Again, here, awareness is the key. First, we have to be aware of our own emotions. Then only are we going to have an understanding of other people's emotions. Now, here, I would like to just ask a question. I think it's going just a one-way talk. I would like you all to answer on that in the chat box. If I give you two situations, I think we all are parents here, if not teachers. So if your child comes home one day from school, is quite upset that he has lost his favorite pencil box, a pencil box which you had bought for him recently after a lot of persuasion by him, and which was actually very expensive, but he has lost it. So what will be your reaction as a parent? Can you all write in the chat box? I mean, okay, I'll give you two options, write A or B. Some, what I have seen that some of the parents, they would scold the child. This is option A, that, okay, I had told you not to do this, but then I knew you will lose it. That is why I was not buying it for you. But then you forced me to buy it. Now you were not careful. So you lost it. You must have kept it somewhere. You are always careless, sorry. So this is one aspect. The other, you would just try to calm him down and you would say, okay, it doesn't matter. It was expensive, but okay, we'll buy another one next month. Forget it. So, what will be your reaction? A or B? B with the disclaimer. A, Nityananda, okay. Uh, both A and then B, okay. A. Shweta says B and then little lecture for being responsible, okay. Mostly A, afterwards B. Okay. So I would here tell me it should have neither been A nor B. We neither need to scold. If we scold the child, then next time he would not come home and tell us. And if we are just scolding the child, we are just diverting his attention from his guilt that he's facing or he's feeling that time. He simply, again, gets a little upset with us that, oh, my mother is not understanding. She's just scolding me, not understanding how bad I'm feeling from within. So his attention gets diverted and he forgets the feelings that he is going through. And the attention goes somewhere else. Second part, again, if you just ask him to forget it, it's okay. You are trying to comfort the child. You want to see that the child does not feel bad as a parent, I understand. But to make him understand, to make him emotionally intelligent, you should try to just tell him, just leave him go through his emotions. Let him go through his emotions. Just be an empathetic listener. Just listen. Let him speak. Let him speak what emotions he's going through. Let him come up with that. Let him label those emotions. You can help him in that. Okay, are you feeling sad? I think you are feeling sad. Yeah. Then after that, that very moment, the child understands that, okay, yeah, he's feeling sad. Then you can bring up with another word that, do you think you are feeling guilty of anything? So, okay, the child would again label it that, yeah, I think I should have, or do you think it happened because of some irresponsible behavior that you did? You for maybe kept it somewhere and you forgot. So the child would say, yeah. And then you say, okay, it's okay. I think you are feeling guilty. It's okay. So this way you are making the child aware of his emotions, the emotions that he's going through. You are labeling it, you are giving it a name. So the child develops an understanding of those emotions that, okay, when I'm feeling this, when I did this, I was feeling this, and this is what it is called. Because unless and until the child is aware of these emotions, he will not have develop an understanding of these emotions. And if he doesn't have an understanding of his own emotions, how will he have an understanding of others' emotions? So just be an empathetic listener. Give with a very calm mind. Listen to what he says. Help him to label his emotions, to name his emotions. This way, he would develop an understanding of his emotions, and then he would develop an empathy towards others who lose things. I mean, if next time if he probably sees a pencil box lying somewhere unattended, he would simply just pick it up and go and give it in the lost and found of the school, because he'll be bothered that, yeah, I had lost it and I was so sad, I was feeling guilty, my mom was getting upset, so I need to I mean, these things others should not go through. So he would like to just give it back to somebody, that the person who has lost it should get it back. He would develop that kind of a feeling. He would be emotionally intelligent. This is what is emotional intelligence: being aware of your own emotions and develop an understanding of others' emotions to manage relationships. Okay, Kritika says, wow, let kids live emotions, choose and manage. Right. So they have to live, let them. Don't just stop them by saying that, no, no, just forget it, we'll buy another one. Most of the parents, we do that. When we see a child in pain, we think, oh, come on, forget it, watch a movie. You can switch on the movie, forget your pencil box, we'll get another one for you next week when we go to the market. But then again, you are actually stopping his growth work. The growth that can happen, that is happening. Every aspect of our life teaches us something or the other. Not only does our success teach us, but even our failures teach us so many things. So everything has to be felt. The child has to be aware of every aspect. Just now, let me see how many. This is just a simple quiz. I want you all to identify, write in the chat box the various emojis that I have pasted here. What do you name? What emotions do each of them portray? The first one. Come on, start typing in the chat box. I'm waiting. Happy, yes. First one is happy. Second one, smiling, happy, smiley, joy. First one, yes. Second one seems sad. Okay. Third one, yeah, second one is despair, sad. See, so many other words depicting our emotions. We are getting sad, despair, excited. Third one is excited, laughter, shock, laughing, cheerful, excited, overexcited. Okay. And the fourth one, silly. Yeah. Fourth one is, yes, silly, naughty. The other one after that, fifth one, exhausted. Yes, tired, bored. Next one, given up, crying, anxious, freaking out. The one after that, so you see, we have so many emotions, but generally people associate emotions with happiness and sadness. These are only jealous, anxious, confused. All these are various emotions. Anger, yes, sleep. Okay. So the last one, I would like you to come, like everybody to come to the last line, the fourth row. The first one looks amazed, amused. The second one looks quite annoyed, disgusted. Yes. shock, irritated, wonder. Yes. So when we actually start naming the emotions, we feel that there are so many emotions. But in our day-to-day life, again, I would repeat, we only associate. We call a person, if we see somebody crying, we say, come on, he's a very emotional person. He cries. He's somebody who's crying watching a movie. We try to just say that, oh, why do you get so emotional while watching a movie? It's just a movie. You have to take it as a story, not take it seriously. Don't have to take it deep inside. But then, yeah, last black and white is smiling. Yes. So there are so many emotions which we experience in our day to day. In every day, from the morning, if we start being aware of our emotions, we'll see in every hour there's a different emotion that we go through, and we behave and perceive everything that is happening around us according to those emotions. The emotion that we are going through, we perceive things around us also accordingly based on that. Yeah. Now I wanted to discuss this amygdala hijack. This is a very important aspect in our report also. So that's why I thought of discussing this here. It is a very important aspect in emotional intelligence, as well as a very important aspect in our report. These small x that we talk about, even I have one. I have C1X, and others. My daughter has C3X. Many, I think many in the family, we all have a small x. So what does it actually do? A small x gives us a lot of strength, gives us the strength to differentiate between right and wrong, to raise our voice between whenever we see any wrongdoing happening. It acts very positively. It makes us love ourselves a lot more, to stand for ourselves, to stand for our rights. But then there are situations, the stressful situations, where a person with a small x, would behave in a different way. I would discuss this. I mean, in terms of psychology, I was doing this emotional intelligence course, we had this, and it was, again, I would say, a wonderful experience, because every day I was the only one who used to associate everything with our GBP report. I would simply relate everything with the GBP report, would come up with anything that was being discussed. I would say, oh, this is because of that. This is because of that intelligence. This is because of the X when we were doing this. So, what is amygdala hijack, and why does that happen? Amygdala is the portion of our limbic system which is responsible for our fight and flight mode. It is that aspect of our brain, that is that aspect of the limbic brain, which is responsible for our emotional, for the way we react and the way we perceive emotions, the way we respond and the way we react at emotions. So our brain is tuned uh, to such a program that this amygdala helps us to identify and process the strong emotions. When we feel threatened or whenever we are afraid, either we get into a fight mode or we get into the flight mode. That is because the amygdala gets activated. And this activates our fight and flight mode also. The hormones, the stress hormones, it prepares our body for that. And the response is triggered by emotions like fear, anxiety, aggression, and anger. The frontal lobes, which are responsible for our the frontal lobes, they allow us and to process. They allow us to process and think the information that we perceive. But if a person has a small X in the frontal lobes, then this amygdala hijack is something. And otherwise, also the amygdala actually it forms a barrier between the frontal lobes also, whenever there is too much of a stressful situation, and when there are strong emotions which overpower our thought process, our frontal lobes. So it just stops to think and perceive and just reacts. Instead of responding whenever there's a strong aggression, there is a fear response which engulfs us and we react in a certain way, which is actually, we also understand, not very true, not very correct at that particular moment, but that at that particular moment we are not able to differentiate between right and wrong. We just go by our instinct. We choose to react more than responding. For this, I'll just give you an example of myself, a situation which I think I had shared with Sunny also. It happened about 1.5 years back, when my son was answering his board exams. He had his 12th board exams, and he was busy with his classes. He came home quite late after finishing up with the tuitions, and I was busy. I was waiting for him because I used to, during winters, we generally take fresh juice, fresh vegetable and fruit juice in the morning along with the breakfast. And I was waiting for him to give that. The maid was waiting for me to give away the juicer to her for washing, and I was waiting for my son to come because I wanted to take out fresh juice for him. And then there was somebody else also at the doorbell. My son came and he started arguing with me that you have put some beetroot in my juice, which I don't like. It's looking red. And I said, no, it was just, I had put the beetroot for your sister and she had, I mean, because of the juicer, you can see the red color. I was trying to tell him, and that was the fact. I had not put beetroot, but then he was arguing with me. Then the maid was also waiting there. Somebody was at the was there at the door, and even I had to go somewhere. I think my husband was calling me on the phone. The whole situation for a fraction of a second was, quite heated up. There was so much of stress happening. I just couldn't decide what to do. I went with an instinct, and I just said, "Oh yes, I forgot. There was a cheese paratha also there in the tawa which I was making for him, and it had just got stuck a little bit." And he started saying that if it gets burnt, even if I see a little black area on my paratha, I will not eat it. There, and then he was grumbling for the juice also. Then, I mean, the doorbell ring. I mean, everything got so uh, heavy, I would say, and everything. I don't know what happened to me. I just blasted. I did not know what to do. I picked up the glass of the juice, drank it myself. I picked up the paratha, and I'm very sorry to say, and I mean, I'm quite ashamed also to say to what I did. I picked up the paratha from the tawa. I just opened the dustbin case. I threw it there, and I said, "Breakfast over. Enjoy." So this was the amygdala hijack that happened with me, and that I think many people who have small eggs can relate to. So why this happens? This is the reason why it happens. The amygdala overpower, it hijacks our mind. It is also called an emotional hijack, when our thoughts, our actions are hijacked by our emotions, and we need to control this. So, how to control this? For this, again, we need to identify and proactively address our triggers. You need to do that. I mean, you have to identify, why is it, what triggers you? Is it certain situation, or is it certain, it can be a person, it can be a place, anything can be your trigger. So we need to identify our triggers. So here I could relate that, okay, the trigger was that together so many things were happening. My son grumbling, and I did not want to get no matter how much of justification I was giving to him that I had not added beetroot in the juice, but still he was going on arguing. Then on top of that, the paratha just got a little bit stuck, and he started screaming that I will not have, I will not have. And the doorbell ringing, my maid said, I mean, so many things happening, and I could just read, okay. So now what I do, it's not that such situations do not arise right now. Also, many times I have an urge to just blast with somebody I'm trying to explain, and especially it's with my children. Not, and I have never done any such thing with any outsider or anybody else. It always generally happens with my children. When I'm trying to do something, they are not listening, they're not paying attention. And if I want to, I just move away from the situation. I go away from the place. I walk away. I come out of the room. I can relate that now my ex is about to blast, so I should move away. I do that. I move away, I walk away, I simply switch on the music, my music system, my Alexa. I would give a command to my Alexa to start with something, with my favorite song, so that I can switch on. Not only from that place, I can move away from that place, but I can also move away from that situation, physically as well as mentally. And it works. So that is why I thought of sharing this here with our family members today. Well, stress. The word itself looks awful, uh, but it is an inevitable part of our lives. I have struggled with it for past, I would say, 10 years, and I could not actually relate to it. I could not uh, understand that this is what I was going through. I was going through some illness, which all the doctors used to associate with stress. They used to say, this is happening because of stress. You need to improve. You need to change your situation. You have to bring down your stress levels. And I could never understand. I said, what is this stress? What stress do I have? But of course, two teenager children that, okay, they do not listen to me. But then, okay, I never thought that actually I was going through certain situations. Now, stress, you can't say that it is caused by something outside. It is actually caused by everything that we have within us, inside of us. The way we perceive information, the way we handle things, the way we handle people around us. So, stress, the major cause I would say is anticipation of future pain. We are always constantly in a stressful situation because we are always thinking, what will happen tomorrow? We are always working hard for a brighter tomorrow, for a brighter future. We are after our children. We keep on telling them to concentrate on their studies, to do well in their studies. Why? Because so that they can have a better future. So there's nothing wrong in thinking that way, but then it should not be to such an extent where it start causing you a lot of mental pressure, and you again causing a lot of mental pressure and stress to your children. So it has to be in moderation. Stress should not be there at all. I realize, and now I think, and I have started taking things that way. Again, I would say thanks to the brain gyan and the brain yoga sessions in the morning. It has brought so much of uh, it has had so much of a calming effect on me. It has left me as like, now at times my children are amazed that I don't get uh, that stressed out at all. Like earlier I used to, the way I used to get stressed up earlier, I don't nowadays. I have learned to be a little patient. I have learned to let go of things, let go of situations, not bother too much about whatever is happening now. What will happen tomorrow? I just say will happen as and when it comes. We'll handle our future also as and when it comes. We don't have to worry too much about the future and ruin the present. Then another cause can be of most of the stress that we experience can be because of the emotional baggage from the past. We keep associating things. I have realized that we don't live in the present. We are always constantly worried about the future, or we are constantly depressed because of what happened in the past. Because of what happened in the past, we anticipate that this will remain the same in the future. We keep on anticipating that from others, from ourselves, not giving anybody a chance to be in the present, not giving ourselves a chance to enjoy the present. Maybe we have so many things to be happy about in the present, but we are not paying attention to those things. Living in the moment is very important. This again, I have learned during the lockdown when everybody was worried about Corona, COVID, how what will happen. I was used to never switch on the TV. I never used to watch news that how many cases are happening. We have 1,200 cases per day or 12,000 cases per day. I never bothered about that. Thanks to MiDNA, I was so busy with the sessions, and I was so occupied post sessions also with the thoughts and with my own self that I did not bother. And that kept me grounded. That kept me to be in the present. So wherever you are, be there totally. Many times I see people have gone on a holiday, but instead of enjoying the time there, they're constantly calling up their friends away somewhere, telling them that, okay, we are here, sending them pictures or clicking pictures and posting it on social media. So I don't say this is wrong. This is okay, your way of living a life, but then you should not miss out on that very moment, the moment where you are. If you are not enjoying that, I mean, you are missing on a major part of your life. So if you can be wherever you are, enjoy the moment. The power of now, we have heard a lot about it. So nothing exists outside the now. Whatever is happening now is the truth. Whatever is future, we don't know. And whatever was past has gone by. We don't have to bother about that. And all problems are illusions of the mind. Our mind is responsible. The way we perceive things, the way we, again, as I said, keep on associating with the past, will always keep us engulfed with problems. So we all should start. I mean, something as small as enjoying our meals, that also we do not do at the moment. Like whenever I see my children also are glued to their phone screens, even when having their meals, no matter how much I tell them not to, and but they do not understand. So I have tried my best. I am trying my best to at least have one meal time where we sit on the dining table without the gadgets and enjoy our meal. If we enjoy our meal, when we are eating something, and if we are concentrating on something else, we are watching a TV, we do not get to enjoy the actual taste of the food that we are eating. We are just eating to fill our stomach. We are not enjoying it. Now here I would like to do an exercise. Remember, I think most of you must have come with this dairy milk chocolate I had asked you to bring. How many of you have brought it? Please type it in the chat box. Just a minute. Something happened again. Yeah. I can't see the chat box. I was trying to see that. That is why. Have you brought the dairy milk chocolate? Why can't I see the chat box?
I think your annotation is got clicked.
Okay.
So that is
What has got clicked?
annotation, I guess. Click annotation tool to see the chat box again.
I can't see.
Yeah, anyhow, go ahead.
Anyways, yeah. So please, I would, how many of you have brought the chocolate?
Most of them.
Can we, most of them, okay. So I wanted to do this exercise for living in the moment, enjoying the moment wherever you are. So how do you all actually eat your chocolate? Most of us, while as we finish our meal, we like to put a chocolate or anything sweet in our mouth while walking, while doing something else. Do you actually get the actual taste? Let's do an exercise and then you will let me know how was it today than your usual other days when you eat the chocolate. Was this exercise a little different today, or was it like the usual days when you eat the chocolate? Okay, so we will eat the chocolate. Don't just open it right now and do as I say. Open the packet, take out the chocolate, smell, take the open, break a small piece of the chocolate, and I would want you to feel it with your fingers. We will use all our senses to eat. Smell it. Wow. Take the smell. First, feel the chocolate. Smell it. Now put it in your mouth. Don't chew it. Don't chew it. Just let it remain there. Put it in your mouth. Close your eyes for a while. Actually, I had organized one music. I don't know why it's not playing. Don't chew the chocolate. I'll just try the other way if I can do it. Play the music. Enjoy. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and kiss me. I can read your lips on your fingertips. And happiness in your eyes. Kiss me. Close your eyes and kiss me. Well, how was the experience of eating this chocolate? Was it better than when you are eating, just popping a piece of a chocolate when you are moving around, doing some activity? So this was just a short glimpse of living in the moment. While when you are eating the chocolate, when you felt it from your fingers, when you were taking the smell, you could actually get the aroma filling up your mind. When you put it in your mouth without chewing, when it stayed in your mouth, then the music, when you listen to the music, the whole thing engulfs you. You forget all the other problems in the world. Anything, any problem that was bothering you a little while ago, you must have forgotten that. And that was because you were in the moment. You were not thinking about anything else. You were not bothered about anything else which has to happen in the future or which has happened in the past. You were in the moment. So, you see, why is it important for us to enjoy and be in the moment? But it's not that easy, I understand. With our brain yoga sessions, we can bring calming. It has brought a lot of calming effect on me, and it will, I think, further also help me to be able to control my mind from getting diverted into millions of things, like which has always been happening. Whenever I am doing one work, my mind is thinking about something else. This has reduced ever since I started doing the brain yoga session. And brain gyan, early in the morning, we start at 5, the brain yoga session. And after that, when the mind is calm, when you are in a very serene mood, the brain gyan that the sir gives, the gyan sessions, the thoughts that he shares, I mean, it is just out of the world. And it's not that we only do spiritual talks. We also I also gained so much insights about various illnesses, the psychosomatic illnesses, uh, thyroid gland, how it functions, why is it important for us, how we can keep checking on our thyroid functions, what is the relevance, what medicines we should take. I mean, the actual gyan, I would say. So those who have not yet attended, I would request you to please come for the brain yoga and the brain gyan sessions. It is an out of the world experience. Now, my learnings after joining MiDNA, after the lockdown, what I have gathered, I mean, though there's so much to talk, but I've just tried to uh, shorten it by a few in few thoughts. Gratitude is a muscle every cell should practice. We all, the moment we start showing our gratitude, feeling the gratitude towards uh, our parents, towards everything. I mean, not only I would mention people, but towards life. We all we all have to have the sense of gratitude. We all have been healthy. So early in the morning, what I have, this also I started from the lockdown time. I have downloaded a gratitude app. Okay, you would say it depends on you. You can either maintain a journal, but I think each one of us should do that. Even my daughter has started doing that. Writing a few lines, at least just 4 points you are thankful for. It can be anything. We start with thankful for waking up healthy, thankful for anything. When you start concentrating, you have to bring awareness. When you start bringing awareness to what things you are happy with, to what things you can thank for, it again makes you happy. You finally realize that, oh, this is also what I have. This has also been good in my life. This also has been good in my life. You actually start thanking people. You start thanking yourself. You start being uh, happy with yourself and the people around you. You start being happy for being alive. So gratitude is a muscle every cell of our body should practice. So here I would like to extend my gratitude to the entire MiDNA family for the help, for the support that they have always been sharing with each one of us. I mean, as a family, we work together, we support each other, and of course, our Guruji, Mr. Ratinaswamy, has always been there like a father figure. But other members, we stand for each other. Sunny Nagpal, I know I can call him whenever I want, whenever I'm stuck up with anything, or even if not, if I just want to gain some motivation in my life, I can call him. And he's a big, let's say, motivation bank, which he would just pep you up any time of the day, any time when you call him. He would just say such good things about yourself that you will feel that, oh wow, I can do so much. What am I doing? Why am I not doing this? Then Seema has been a constant friend. We do share a lot, many things. He or she also calls me whenever there is a doubt, anything, and I also do call her to share my thoughts, my ideas, whatever. Mr. Anil Kumar, he has also been there as a constant support. So many in the family. Lata, I know I can look up to her. I can call her whenever I have any issues with my son or anything, and she will be there. So Bhuvana ji has always inspired me. Yesterday also I attended her session and I was so inspired by the way she conducted it and whatever aspects. I mean, she has been doing a very good job online also. I've been seeing her posts. So we keep encouraging each other. Uh, uh, we in MiDNA family, we keep encouraging each other. We keep helping each other. Now, the second aspect, the love thyself. Until we love ourselves, we cannot love others. Of course, you must have heard it so many times. You cannot serve others with an empty cup. So your cup has to be full. And I have started practicing that also. I have started making peace within myself. Even if things are not happening the way I wanted them to. This used to irritate me a lot earlier, and I used to again. I was my own worst critic, I would say earlier. Sorry, but now I have learned to manage that. I am thankful about myself. I'm thankful about with people around me. I have again started taking life. I started taking myself also a little say I started giving a little leverage to myself, started taking me giving yeah, taking me easy. I don't push or I don't keep on blaming myself for whatever wrong that is happening. The analyzing skills has improved with again my whole experience during the lockdown. It has a tremendous it had a tremendous effect, and still I am each day I think I am growing as a person. So first important thing, we all need to love ourselves, be a very good listener, so that instead of reacting we start responding. We don't always need to react, and sometimes we just need to be a good listener. If somebody is sharing his or her problem, we don't need to give him a suggestion always. No, it is not required. We just need to be a good listener. We just have to lend our ears, listen, and stay calm. Let the person go through his or her own emotions. Don't give him your own opinion. Don't give him your own whatever you have learned from your past experience. Actually, this is what we give to others also. But I think we should just be a good listener, and unless and until asked for opinion, should not give our opinions. These days, if people who give opinion are not very you would say not very welcome, especially what I have learned with my children, I mean, as parents especially, you need to be a good listener. Listen with empathy, show them you are there, and let them come to you whenever they need. Don't go to them with your opinions unless and until being asked for. Be generous, give unconditional positive strokes to everybody. Now, here I would again like to mention Mr. Sunny Nagpal. He is a great, I mean, he is so very generous in giving um, conditional as well as unconditional positive strokes to everybody. What is a positive stroke? Is when you praise somebody. Now, there are conditional positive strokes, there are unconditional positive strokes. So, conditional positive strokes are when we associate the uh, anything good that we say about the person in front with something like if I see somebody and say, "Wow, you look good in your new dress." This is a conditional positive stroke that I'm giving her. That I'm telling you, you're looking good, but it can be because I want to say that it's because of the dress. So instead of giving conditional, and I have seen many people giving this kind of these kind of strokes. So that is also still better than giving a negative stroke or not giving any stroke, not complimenting at all. So give as many unconditional positive strokes. Simply, you are amazing. You are wonderful. You look so beautiful. You are amazing. So, like Sunny Nagpal always does. Yes, I need to learn that also from him. I am learning also. So be generous, give unconditional positive strokes to people around you. It makes you also happy and makes the other person also happy. The main mantra of our life that we have gathered. I have made this the main mantra of my life. I say this every day, and before going off to sleep also, I say this. I say this to my children also, and they laugh at me at times. But yeah, I say they will understand. It is such beautifully said. We all need to wake up joyfully, which I have been doing, live awarefully. Awareness is the key. We need to be aware of what we speak, what we do, what we feel, the emotions that we are going through, the feeling that we are converting into emotions. We have to serve usefully. Being a part of MiDNA family, we all are doing this at the best. Serving uh, I can say, the society, making helping them to be useful, helping others also to be useful, decoding their ikigai, helping everybody in every possible way. Then these would lead would help us to age gracefully, and hence what we all want to do, what we all aspire for, exit peacefully. With that, I come to the end of my presentation. Mr. Ratnaswamy, I would request you to join in and share your inputs